Welcome to the Good Neighbors Podcast. This is Shields, with your hosts, Brad Shields and Alex McKee.
That smells like burnt popcorn. Is that supposed to smell like burnt popcorn?
Burnt popcorn.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Hi, guys.
Hola.
So we are back with episode 8. Feels kind of crazy.
They said we'd never get past 3.
Never. We're getting better. Well, and
I don't know if we're getting better, but
we think we are. Last time we talked about how we didn't have branding. So Brad brought branding.
You said we need to have some branding. We got all this
Ta-da.
wall space back here, and don't ask me for branding and think it's going to be subtle. You've seen my truck, you've seen my Suburban, wait till you see my trailer.
Trade shows.
Skid steer.
Yes. Yeah, we are.
Subtle doesn't work well with me.
Subtle's never been in our family name, nor our company name. We're bold.
So we have, if you're not sure what we are, it's heavy equipment replacement windows, shieldswindshields.com.
Yeah, if you're just randomly happening upon this podcast.
And you don't know what we do, welcome.
Oh, okay, guys. So it's been a minute, and we
did two in
August. Or one in August.
We skipped a month.
We did miss a month.
We did 2 in July. We missed August. Yeah, August was one of those crazy months in our lives. I was not home at any stretch more than 5 days in a row, all of August, cut up over different time
you guys
periods.
were traveling a lot. You went to the Global Show.
We went to some shows.
Still got my shopping
we did go on a little vacation.
Mm-hmm. Just got back from one.
Shows, went and visit customers, had some other stuff. It started with the country concert, which was really middle of July.
Yeah, and just kind of took off from there.
And so we're back for a little bit until October.
We'll get to that. Yeah.
Yes, we'll get to that.
But last time we talked about that we had some announcements. So we've got really today's podcast is going to be covering kind of 2 different announcements that we've got. And I think it's time to open the take the cat out of the bag, I guess you want to say, for our new product line. I want to start talking about that.
You do?
I do.
Well, we don't plan this. Wow.
No, I don't plan this, but it's much better off script.
Really?
Yeah, I've got some stuff that I think that. Oh, we have new boots.
We have new blue boots.
We have new blue boots. Branding boots.
Haggled on them for about an hour and a half over tequila and cigars in Mexico, and I'm sure they're watching.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they are. Okay, now you
stop it. Just stop it.
That's what I said to them, and I go, "That's
Rosetta Stone. If you have like free trials, send them our way."
It was great though. They gave me cigars and tequila, and I bought boots.
It's a solid deal for you, I would say.
Works for me. No, I also got a pair of blue and white ones.
Are they blue? I thought they're black and white.
No, they're blue.
Look gray. I think men are mostly colorblind, personally. I think women see much better color. Just personal opinion. No scientific facts. Just that's what I think.
Well, far be it from a woman to have scientific facts get in the way of her opinion. Oh, this cigar
just made you cough. Choking on your words there. Wow. Okay,
we're off now.
Shots fired. All right, guys, I'm going to bring us back. So, new part update.
New part or new product?
New product update.
Okay.
No, new part. Sorry, not product line, new part.
Okay.
Well, we've got one new part update every podcast. So right now we're actually in the middle of a handful of big projects. We've got a new customer that we're sending out a bunch of products to Friday. And then another one that we're sending out Friday as well that we're going to wait on fitment. We will tell you guys about big Volvo wheel loader for Liebherr. We're very excited about this one.
You said a Volvo wheel loader for Liebherr.
Wow, I screwed that up.
It's a Liebherr wheel loader for Liebherr.
Windshields for Liebherr. That one we are working with Liebherr of North America, so that one is only available through them. But we are really excited to work with them. It's a beautiful.
But for
big
all
window.
you out there with Liebherr loaders, you can now buy it through Liebherr USA.
Once we get that fitment approval, you can get the whole kit. I am extremely excited. This is our first true kit that we're shipping out because it is going to have the gasket and
it is full of other parts that can go wrong.
Yes, so it's just great. But keep that gasket tidbit in your back pocket as we're hoping to have some more for people down the road. That's my burnt popcorn. It's an interesting smell.
You don't like the smell?
I think people care for burnt popcorn.
I don't smell burnt popcorn.
Maybe women's noses are different too. Okay, so that's our product or our parts update that is coming. So that ships out Friday. We're very excited about that. And
before you get to that, though, I want pictures on the next podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Had a chance to see what some of my guys, especially my senior guys, did. Well, actually, it took the whole collaboration. We did a rear window, a customer window that we're going to fit up. It's a motorsport side.
Yes. So,
and I'm going to tell you what, it is. I will challenge any other window manufacturer. Try it. You will not form this. You will not make this.
It's beautiful.
I was walking by getting debriefed after vacation, and I saw that, and I'm like, "Are you shitting me?" That is one of the top 4 windows we've ever formed. Fucking gorgeous.
So
it breaks all kinds of rules.
All the rules.
It just reeks of us, and I'm so proud of those guys. It's awesome.
This customer, and we'll reveal it with photos on our next podcast because they come next week. They're bringing the car here,
which we don't do, by the way.
No,
unless I'm gone.
It's a one-off. But it's not just a one-off window. It's a one-off car. So this car, and I may have to correct myself in the next podcast. This car was from the 1950s, I believe.
It's for a museum.
A museum found it. They are bringing it back to life.
Yep.
They came to us this time last year.
A year ago, yeah.
And brought us the windows, brought us this project and asked if it's something we can do. And we really, at that time, we didn't really have the time to hit their deadlines.
Right.
And with the complexity of it, it wasn't going to work. So we unfortunately had turned them down. They understood. They went around. And then back in May, they came back to us and said, well, everybody that we've talked to sent us right back to you guys. So we ended up taking the rear windshield on. The front windshield is a whole different ballgame process-wise. They ended up actually, I think they're getting a poured resin, acrylic.
It wasn't.
It was a fishbowl. Doing it with polycarbonate, you weren't going to be able to see out of it very well. So we helped them secure getting that made, and then we took on the rear project, and they will be here next week with this giant car to put in this giant rear windshield.
Oh, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I said it breaks all the laws of thermoforming. And people say, "Oh, you blew that." We didn't.
We didn't.
And
we did it our traditional way.
Yeah, we did.
And they did a really great job with it. So we're excited to reveal that one next week. And this is just going to be a podcast of announcements today.
Yeah.
But we have a really, really big announcement that got
and
released.
It smelled really, really, really bad. Wonky donkey.
Anybody that got toddlers out there, try the wonky donkey. It sticks in your brain.
Never leaves.
Actually, Dinky Donkey, Wonky Donkey's daughter is better, personally. But our big announcement, a few months ago, I got an email from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce announcing that they opened up basically applications for businesses for their CO 100. I applied, just shits and giggles, I guess. Took a lot longer than I anticipated, and then just kind of forgot about it. And then about a month and a half ago, I got an email saying that we passed the first benchmark, the first wave, and then I got another email that we made.
Understand, 33.3 million small businesses in the U.S.
Yeah, so I should probably explain this more. So we've just been we just received. We are on the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Top 100 Small Businesses in the U.S. for 2024. Small to medium-sized businesses. So very, very excited about that. I saw the email, couldn't tell anybody, and just started crying on the production floor. Thank goodness I read it after work hours. I was on my mobile desk on the floor just crying. So really glad everybody was gone. But I was able to tell my family, but we had to keep it a secret for like a month.
Yeah.
And they finally announced it last week. So we announced it to our team yesterday and then announced it to the world today. We are honored, we are humbled, and we are going to DC.
Yeah, we go to DC. Alex has arranged it. It's 2 tickets. But we have 2 owners, myself and my mother. But this has been Alex's driving and doing. Is that she's got to go, kind of presented the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And we got confirmation today that we have a 3rd ticket. So my mother and I and my daughter, so all 3 generations will be there at the
dinner.
Yeah, right across from Lafayette Park, across from the White House. So looking forward to that. Karen and Robert and Teddy will be back at the hotel.
Or out eating, doing
You don't
whatever.
go around DC. Now, Robert, there is a really great cigar lounge. We went to it a couple years ago, just down off of we're on H Street. Maybe it is on H Street, just over the great cigar lounge. So maybe Grammy and Teddy will be playing and Robert can go have a nice cigar.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. And they're going to have a virtual. So how it breaks down, it's a 2-day, they call it a 2-day event. It's an evening and a full day. And when I say full day, it's a full day. We start with a breakfast at like 7 a.m. and we end at like 10 p.m. the following day.
Imagine that. We start with breakfast. I was like blown away.
Whoa.
Usually we start with dinner. I'm just saying, yes, we start with breakfast. It's amazing.
An official breakfast.
Oh, an official
You
breakfast,
don't have to eat the bagel from the hotel on your own. But they've got all kinds of stuff going on. We get a cool tour. We get to meet some Olympians. There's some panels of other small business leaders.
The way I read it, some Olympians get to meet me.
You're welcome. They're welcome.
Yeah.
You should just go up to them and say, "You're welcome."
Well, I'm gonna I'll do like my floor routine.
Oh yes, please do. Please do.
After drinks.
You can't bitch about how you feel afterwards, though.
I won't say a word.
We're very excited. The cool thing that we don't know yet, and how we got this. They do it in 10 categories. So if you get to be in the top 100, you are top 10 in a category. And the category that rightfully so, I think that we got the top 10 for is enduring businesses.
And best boots.
High profile over here. So enduring businesses, it's pretty perfect. I think it's a great setup for us having the 50th anniversary next year.
Yes.
It'll be right at about a year from our 50th anniversary.
Yeah, we will be there right about our 49th.
The 5th of November. Anybody had like a humanities course in college? You'll get that. E for Vendetta.
I went to IU. I played football. We didn't.
But we're very excited about that. So the enduring business category and what they do, the night of the dinner, they're going to announce there is a top numero uno company of the 100 that is awarded, but there's also best of class or best of category. So there's a top within each of those 10 categories that we're up for. Makes me feel kind of like a show pig, but best of class, like a 4-H show pig.
Or llamas.
You
know, Alex went to nationals twice showing llamas.
I did.
You don't want to bring that up? It was fantastic. it was amazing. And it was. Someday, my stories will be about her and her llamas. And the bond, you know, you and your brother each had different type of bonds with your llamas.
Yeah, Melody was special.
Oh, Melody was special. Indy was special. But then when you got in the ring, you had different ways of handling your animals.
Mm-hmm.
Alex was the champion for showman and
Bo mimicked me.
He just did him.
One time time, he did literally. He walked into the ring. He had jeans on, didn't have the appropriate attire to show in, and walked into the ring. Literally.
But you're over it now.
I'm so over it. Mimicked everything I did.
So the State Fair champion showman came down to my son and daughter.
He beat me.
And he's in inappropriate or not appropriate clothing.
Yeah, technically. And you know why he beat me? The judge came up to both of us afterwards and said, here's why.
Because she was a MILF and he was 14 and she was disgusting.
At the time, that's not what they told me. They told us it's because his llama stood taller than mine.
That's not true. Melody was a beast.
It was a Melody.
Oh, it wasn't Melody. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, I went to nationals.
No, she's a pedophile.
I went to nationals when I was young.
That judge is a pedophile.
Okay.
She's since
You're
been
gonna
arrested.
Be canceled if that's still a thing. I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Oh no, cancel me. I'll change my ways.
I was in like 5th grade when we went to nationals. It was pretty awesome. I got a ribbon that was taller than I was. It was really cool.
That was great.
But yeah, this kind of feels nothing like that.
That's a and I'm not driving. I'm not driving a trailer through a snowstorm in Iowa after eating a roller hot dog at that gas station.
You've never made good decisions.
No, and there's 4 hours of nothing, and I'm like, I'm getting sick.
You didn't learn from that though.
I don't eat gas station food anymore. No, I eat hot dogs like a mofo. But not. I had on our vacation one day. I had an entire hot dog and salami lunch.
Okay, I'm gonna go on a sidebar.
They went and did something else. So it was just me for lunch.
A hot dog and salami lunch.
I had cheese and olives, but it was mainly hot dogs and salami.
Okay, so this guy really, really loves his hot dogs. Like, really loves his hot dogs.
They're phenomenal.
But you want to know something?
And brats.
So much so.
Polish sausage.
So much so that one of his good friends found a hot dog stand for sale. Sent it to him. He buys it. Guess where that hot dog stand is now?
Waiting to be put to use.
In our warehouse, taking up valuable square footage on the floor where tools go.
How many people own a 28-foot hot dog stand? The problem is it's 3-phase. I don't have 3-phase at my house.
There was a crucial thing to ask about when you bought it.
I got a hot dog stand and you don't.
A hot dog stand. I don't want a hot dog stand. Okay. Wow. We're squirrels. We're bad squirrels. Okay. But that is our big announcement. We go October 7th and 8th to DC. Yes. Fingers crossed. If
DC,
we win, that would be
District
awesome.
of Columbia. That's the capital. Do you know why it's not a state?
It's not supposed to be represented.
Very, very good. And now, we want to be a state. We want to be a state. Shut up, DC. You don't understand how we were set up. You're not supposed to be a state. That way, no state can claim the federal capital.
Yeah.
Back when people were smart, everybody understood it. Now we not homeschool. We video school. We don't go to school for 2 years. We don't do any real history. We don't understand.
I will say, the older I get, the more I learn about things. I can see how it can be very difficult to teach everything that you need to in a school year.
You can't teach everything, but you can learn to learn.
It is very serious. And we're squirreling down a whole different ball game because we have one more.
You haven't
topic.
stopped me. Okay.
One more, because we only have one more topic I want to go over. We're talking about we're talking about announcements. We're talking about what's coming up. This is a huge announcement.
Little commercial
pause
break.
For branding.
All right, go ahead. Don't tell me what branding.
I'm surprised he's not yelling at me because there's no logo on my jacket.
No, you got your shirt and you covered it up.
Yeah. Well, I was freezing. Okay, are you done?
No, go ahead.
All right. Well,
talk to the S.
For one big announcement, and we're announcing this pretty prematurely, but
very, because I didn't know we were going to.
It's premature, but I really think that announcing it, A, is going to kick my butt into gear, and B,
I hope we're talking about the same. I don't even know
what
you're
talking about. The same thing. There's only one more product line.
Rex.
Yes.
Oh shit! I thought we were going to do a whole show on just Rex.
Well, I think that we can come back to it. I really think it's that big and it's that important that we're gonna be able to announce it. It's coming. We're not gonna give you like January 1st type anything, but within the 2025, the year 2025, think is a great year number-wise. We're going to launch
Rex
by Shields. So I will let you explain. I got 3 things I want to go over with this. I kind of want to go over what our goal is with it.
Well,
where we're at now, and what is out there now. Why we're doing this is more important right now than exactly what it is.
Our polycarbonate, our 1/2 inch, is phenomenal, and our 1/2 inch is sufficient for. I'm making this number up, 95-98% of everything. But there's a occasional instance, and this is how it always happens, right? And I'm going to say this. I'm trying not to be off color here. One thing goes wrong with one plane, and it goes down. Everything stops, and you got to figure out. Do you know how many airplanes? And I can't tell you this are in the air every day in the United States. Thousands and thousands.
Oh, those maps. Have you ever pulled those maps up of all the planes? It looks like a blur.
And I understand if a problem happens, even if it doesn't go down and we got a failure with the flap or whatever, you've got to address the worst case scenario in the worst case. So if you're a plane flying into a hurricane like those guys do, that's the extreme. We have our operators, our customers, our people are operating in the most extreme places now. And the implement people and the equipment people have gotten ahead of us. And not with any ill intention, but we need to have a window that is ballistically rated, meaning it can stop a projectile at a high rate of speed. Impact is not our problem in the sense of we can take a hell of an impact. But there's a difference between, getting punched in the face and getting a needle in the eye.
Or a BB.
Okay.
Or wire.
The problem is a piece of fragment breaking, a piece of metal coming off, something that is not necessarily large, but has a high velocity behind it, just like a bullet would. And so there are some windows out there. There's a level 1 rating, and I'll try to speed this up. Now it gets boring, but that's a 9mm handgun at 1,200 feet per second velocity at about 39 to 40 grains. And that's what a level 1 is. And it's got to pass 3 consecutive non-penetrations. Basically, I won't go any further than that.
We'll dive deeper later.
That's kind of what's out there. And that's what a couple people have that out there. And that's a 3/4 inch laminate. Well,
flat.
There's a couple that are formed.
There are a couple that are formed.
They're only formed in the center, not the outside and inside, which is why they're delaminating in the field, and guys are getting put at horrible risk.
Horrible risk.
So as we looked at this and we get this problem brought up to us, knowing that our 1/2 inch is just fine, that's not what I want my name to be in. Well, we got stuff that's just fine, but I have no answer for you on the top shelf. I have nothing for you if you want to. I have no AT4X truck. I don't have a Maybach.
We don't have the extreme.
We don't have the extreme.
And that is a market that we believe our quality, our skill set, and our knowledge, and our relation to our operators and our end customers, we should be the ones to get this solution out there. And there's no. Australia has a standard.
Well, but again, go back to that standard. Canada's working on it.
But it's basic.
And Europe's, they go back and forth. But at the end of the day, like Australia's standard comes back to level 1, okay, which is UL 752, UL level 1, which is kind of a bullshit level. And when I say that, it's not a bullshit level. It doesn't do enough. It scares the hell out of me. That's enough. So we didn't go at it that way.
No, we're going at it in a very. We are setting the precedent. We're setting the precedent.
We're hoping to.
We're hoping to set the precedent. We're going to set the precedent in the U.S. at least, because not only is this product going to cover the extremes, we're going to make it accessible. because a lot of the biggest issues that I see from a business standpoint with these parts that are currently out there is the cost.
Well,
I'm not saying ours is going to be cheap.
No, not just the cost.
But they have to have extra framing
Right.
and special hardware, or they can't use their wipers.
You drill your cab. So you take your cab out of warranty right away. There's all kinds of bullshit that you have to do.
Problems.
Our goal, we are going to fit. Now, we're going to have to supply different hardware.
A little bit
it will
extras.
Attach the same, but we're going to have longer hardware. We're going to be thicker. So,
and we're not that much.
You're going to have wipers.
Not be an issue.
So what we went after, though, was the military has a fragment or a frag specification.
Mm-hmm.
This is what our gals run into when they're working. They're not getting shot at. They work in D.C. or the south side of Chicago. But outside of that.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry. No, they're getting fragmented. They're getting an unknown projectile whizzing. Now,
unknown, unseen.
If you notice the president's beast, his or I'm not going to say her right now. Because.
His what? President's
because Tulsi Gabbard will be our first female. Anyway.
Okay.
But anyway, his windows are 4.5, 5 inches thick.
Yes.
Okay. I can't tell you what they weigh.
Oh my gosh.
Because I'm signed a no. They're to stop an RPG.
But we've seen those layers.
Oh yeah, we've seen them. Oh my God, they're extremely heavy. Okay. Well, so you start there. That's the highest rated level window we have in our arsenal in the U.S. in the world.
Yep.
Well, okay, I don't know, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 for a window that weighs half as much as a cab. That's not practical. 3/4 of an inch with this simple itty bitty laminate that they're not even forming all the parts is not sufficient. So we went on a quest to find in between there that's reasonable. 1.25 inch thick is what people have out there for a NATO round, 7.62. Well, that bar isn't realistic either. So we've been through a long journey now for 18 months.
A very long journey, and we're actually at the point where we are sending off full-size layups to get laminated and tested.
The very first skid loader it's going to go on, and the first person that is going to go stupid, pell-mell bullshit into whatever he can cut up is me. So we got our skid loader, and Rex, which is also my name. My granddaughter calls me Rex. Rex means really extreme, really extremely cool to your daughter. But I will install that in about 3 weeks.
The parts are ready to go to lamination.
Yeah.
We got to work with our lamination.
We got some.
So we've got some things to work out. And there's so much more left to do with this.
Yeah, that's why I'm
line.
surprised we're talking about it now.
Yeah, it's not right.
Half hour. I can't even introduce it a half hour. But here's the thing.
But when we do discuss it and we do dive deeper into it, it's probably going to be Robert in this chair, not me. It's a project that you two have really been doing all of.
That'll be a thrilling numbers. Let me put it this way.
I'm much
when
more
I get
of
in
my
my skid loader right now, my granddaughter can stand right here, and she works the windshield wiper. That's her job. And not that I'm doing any forestry work with her in there, but my goal is to be in a window that I feel comfortable with her right there, me doing anything I want, that she's going to be unscathed.
Yep.
And that's the bar I'm setting for Rex.
Yep.
And
it's not out there at the moment.
It's not out there at the moment. No one has it, especially not with how we're going to do it. We're not going to alter your cab. You're not going to get into this. And also, I don't like ugly. When we first started with the boom mowers, guys were just taking flat sheets and attaching them with weldment to the outside wheel well or the fender. Technically, it did the job. It looked horrible. No one liked it. So we started forming the window. So it's the same mindset we had then.
The same optical clarity, the same coating,
yes,
the same
coming
structure,
back into it, and guys are like,
the same shields you came to love.
Right, and that's what we're bringing in with this. So we've got, oh my gosh, we're going to run out of time here.
It's pretty perfect.
I haven't even told a joke, which is okay.
You told a lot of jokes.
I didn't tell a joke today.
Well, not official setup closing jokes.
No.
But That's okay. You do have 30 seconds.
No, because jokes take a good lead up and so forth. My niece has a new boyfriend, and so he has to come to Sunday dinner. So I'm getting all my old jokes back out. It's great. Everybody has to sit there and listen to my jokes
again.
And he laughed hard, so he gets to come back to the next dinner.
Well, that's pretty much it, guys. A big podcast of announcements, big stuff happening. I'm hoping the next time we talk, we're gonna tell you how DC went and hopefully some history in that one. We'll see you later, guys.
Thank you for tuning in to the This is Shields podcast. To learn more about Shields and our commitment to windshields with performance-proven toughness, visit us at shieldswindshields.com. For any inquiries or to explore our range of products, give us a call at 1-800-554-7527. For quick assistance, you can also text us at 765-913-8121. Stop by our headquarters at 1000 Industrial Drive in Martinsville, Indiana, to experience firsthand the excellence we put into every product we make. For any further information or questions, feel free to send an email to info@shieldswindshields.com. We'd love to hear from you. Once again, thank you for tuning into this episode of the This is Shields podcast. Keep pushing the boundaries of performance and stay inspired.